Hi wrestling fans, thanks for clicking the dreaded D-Rose report. I got a lot of rumors, innuendos, whatever today. CM Punk, by the way, his ring gear was that he noticed, I don't know if you noticed it on Monday's Raw. Anyway, it was a tribute to Savage and something that came up, you know, without company officials even saying anything. Punk went to WWE seamstress and had the outfit done up right before Raw. Now, internally, it's believed, I mean, this just came out, supposedly, Randy Macho Man Savage will be inducted into next year's Hall of Fame in Miami, which is pretty much where he lives anyway. And supposedly that was on the docket for them, but it probably will happen now. Alright, Judy Carter, by the way, teaches, yeah, this is kind of funny. Judy Carter teaches stand-up comics. And corporate speakers wrote a blog about on comedyworkshops.com about how an injured WWE superstar, John Morrison, came to her office Monday morning. Morrison was had went ahead and hired Carter because he wants to be funnier in the ring, funnier in interviews, and is looking towards jump-starting his career in speaking. Hey, you're doing a hell of a job. If you could talk the way you wrestle, man, I don't blame you. Anyway, August 6th and 7th, former WWE diva Marina Kanellis will appear at GlamourCon at, sound like females in jail, don't it? Anyway, it's going to be at the Crown Plaza O'Hare in Rosemont, Illinois. Don't know what's going on there, but wouldn't mind going. All right, PWIinsider.com reports that I don't know who put the person up to it, but somebody had to put this guy up to it. No pun intended. But F4W Online believes that KHARMA is pregnant. And she will be out of action. Of course, she was in action there for a while. For over 9 months. I'd like to know who put that guy up to it. Former TNA Women's Champion Knockout is scripted to break down. She was scripted to break down in the ring Monday, so the announcer described her as a nervous breakdown. Angle was done to remove her from television for the time being. Alberto Del Rio, 34 years old today. Didn't know he was that old. Salem Red Sox out of Salem, Virginia is going to be honoring Randy Savage by giving out free Slim Jims to the first 1,000 fans at the game Friday night. WWE will be represented at all sports, at the Sports Entertainment Summit. WWE head of marketing, Michelle Wilson, she's going to be a guest speaker at the summit. And what that has to really do with anything, I have no idea, but it was on the website. The dark main event, by the way, after last night's SmackDown taping, we didn't get to see, and probably won't, Randy Orton and Christian go to no contest with Sheamus, Mark Henry. They ran into Attack. And then they received Kill Switch RKO for their troubles to end the show. Everybody went home happy. Oh, don't tell nobody this. You didn't hear it from me. You heard it from somebody else. The great Khali turns heel last night. SmackDown taping. Attacking Ranjit Singh, which I would have done that myself anyway. Khali then left with Jinder Mahal. As the two will be forming a heel tag team to go after the WWE tag team titles. Alright, KHARMA did not appear at tonight's taping, but was shown in the Slam of the Week video of her breakdown on Raw Monday. Sheamus, by the way, is new #1 contender for the World Heavyweight title after beating Christian and Mark Henry in a triple threat match at last night's taping. It's expected Sheamus will get his shot at Randy Orton at Capital Punish pay-per-view. Well, Sheamus is going to get a push again, huh? Alright. WWE announced today that they're going to be opening new offices in Mumbai, India. If you're there in Mumbai, look out. They're coming on June 1st. They've been, let's see, Rukin Kazbash, something like that, has been named general manager of WWE India and will be spearheading the company's expansion there. He will also report to Dominic Hayes, senior VP and director of WWE International. WWE NXT winner Johnny Curtis. He defeated Ted DiBiase in a dark match before last night's NXT taping in Spokane, Washington. Tyson Kidd versus Trent Beretta was taped last night before SmackDown taping for Thursday's Superstars Online. Do you remember on who the manager was on ECW maybe 2 years ago? Former WWE superstar Armando Estrada returns to WWE Superstars taping in Spokane, Washington, and announced that he's Tyson Kidd's new manager. Kidd faced Trent Beretta at this week's show. As seen on Superstars last week, Michael P.S. Hayes dumped Kidd after he lost the match to Yoshi Tatsu, which I would have too. But I liked Armando. I thought he was funny. That's on when he was manager. Anyway, next elimination on NXT Redemption will take place next week. And WWE returns, by the way, to the Maverick Center, West Valley City, Utah, August 5th, 7:30. Alright, WWE has added Sin Cara and the Bella Twins theme song to their iTunes for downloads. USA Network will be featuring a 6 hours. Get your DVR out and get your long videotape out, the big one. 6-hour block of WWE programming Monday, June 6th with Tough Enough finale, live Raw, and repeats of the show from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. They're going to get their money's worth, USA is, out of WWE. Chris Jericho, by the way, returned to Dancing with the Stars. If you didn't catch it, that's good. Last night's episode of Raw scored a 3.242 cable rating, up last week from 3.38. Last night's Tough Enough scored a 1.64 with the ratings of about 2.5 million people. This was up from the previous week, and it'll probably go up getting towards the finale. Former talent, remember Tiffany? Anyway, she announced Tuesday that she is separated from her husband, Drew Galloway, which is better known as Drew McIntyre in WWE, with great sadness. She says, I announced the end of my marriage, and wrote on her Twitter account, she says, I wish Drew all happiness and continued success. They were married, by the way, August 8th, 2010, so it didn't last. Whoa, no anniversary. But anyway, she got arrested. I think they both got arrested in California. Domestic violence misdemeanor. Anyway, after alleged argument, she was released the next day on $20,000 bond, and I don't know why. You know, he didn't get in any trouble with him, but she got released. She was suspended for a while, and then they released her after her contract was up. All right, now I got till about a minute and a half. I'm going to try and get through this. See if you can follow it. Dave Meltzer of Yahoo Sports has an article chronicling Randy Savage's extraordinary wrestling career and features behind-the-scenes detail on how it came to an end. Says Savage briefly appeared in TNA Wrestling late in 2004 to feud with Jeff Jarrett. At the December pay-per-view Turning Point, he was scheduled to partner with Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles in a tag team match against the King of Wrestling, Jarrett, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall. Savage, who hadn't wrestled in over 4 years, flaked out of the match, and mere minutes before the pay-per-view was to go live. The Hall of Famer Dusty Rhodes, who was TNA's head booker at the time, called the tremulous ordeal backstage a quote for the article. It's just called it tremulous, I guess. Anyway, the last words he said to me 5 minutes before the pay-per-view taping, I can't do this, Savage says. I don't want people to see me looking like this. As Rhodes remembered, Jerry Jarrett, my fault, TNA company co-owner back then, called the event producer Kevin Mitchell in and said, change the main event. I said to him, Randy, just go home, it's okay with me. That's the last words he said to me. Anyway, that's the last words he said to me, said Jerry Jarrett. So, I don't know what the deal was with that, but I'll do part 2 tomorrow on this since I ran out of time. But there's more to the story. Thanks for clicking. I gotta go.